Leaving Garelochhead. This part of the journey takes you along the side of Loch Long, surrounded by its green conifer forested slopes. Don't miss the spectacular views across the water to the Argyll Hills, and at the far end of the loch, the Aracher Alps, with the unusually shaped peak of the Cobbler. The author Margaret Elphinstone has written about hill walking in this area.
Benvein, the Middle Hill, which it is. A lovely golden autumn day, part of a glorious spell, a real Indian summer. Up I went on a pleasant path that picked its way through the rocks on the eastern scarp. Behind me the view opened out across Loch Lomond, Loch Arklet, all the Rob Roy country. And when I got to the summit, there was all the west too, right down to Arran, Ben More on Mull, Cruachan to the northwest, and Ben Louis Range. Everything.
You're about to travel through part of the Loch Lomond and Trossachs National Park. Birds like crossbills, whose males are brightly coloured red while the females are green, and the streaky yellow-green siskins flourish in the shelter of these forests. There are numerous species of insects and moths, and there are opportunities to watch quite shy animals like the dark brown pine marten with its creamy bib. But surely one of the most captivating of these creatures is the red squirrel. One of their main strongholds is across the water, among the trees on the opposite side of Loch Long. Scotland is home to 75% of Britain's native red squirrels. They're a delight to watch, swift and agile as they scamper through the trees. They thrive in coniferous and deciduous woodland, feeding on cone seeds and collecting nuts, and hiding some of them in the autumn, ready for spring the following year. But red squirrels are under threat. More than a century ago, grey squirrels were brought from North America to the UK. The two types compete for the same food, but the larger grey eats more and is a bit better at remembering where it has stashed its spare nuts and seeds. Grey squirrels also carry a disease to which red squirrels have no immunity. All of this means that grey have now displaced red throughout much of England, and the intruder is coming north. While the area across the water is still a red squirrel stronghold, you can find both red and grey living on this side of the loch. It would be a disaster if grey squirrels were to spread any further. That's why local people have got involved in the Saving Scotland's Red Squirrels campaign. Some are noting any sightings. Others keep watch to see which uses specific feeder boxes. They're determined to ensure red squirrels survive. There are other reasons to control the spread of grey squirrels. They can be quite destructive, stripping bark from the main trunks and branches of trees. That's a concern for the owners of the woodlands and also for the National Park Authority, who recognise that these are an important feature of the region. The Loch Lomond and Trossachs National Park was established in 2002 as Scotland's first national park. You'll only travel through a small part of the western half today, but the park actually covers a huge area of central Scotland. The landscape throughout is richly varied, from the wooded hillsides you see here to higher mountains and also gentle lowland fields. Grand castles and mansions sit within their own carefully planned parks and gardens. A few villages are scattered through the park, a few small towns are around its edges. But while the number of people who live here is low, around half of all Scots live within an hour's drive, so it's an incredibly important destination.